I'm actually wondering if you guys agree with me on this, but YouTube used to be a lot more fun. And I'm not talking a long time ago. I'm talking like 6 or 7 years in the past. And what I mean by this, there used to be like a lot more communities. Obviously, like we have different niches and genre today, but like back then, you actually had interesting flame wars. There was actual drama. You had the comic book nerds, and you had the skeptics, and you had the MRAs, and and they were like back and forth and video responses, and it was very funny for the audience. Like it was genuinely entertaining. And now it feels not just like incredibly corporate and sanitized, but it also feels as if it's filled with AI slop. Almost like 4 out of the 5 things that I see, it's done with AI, which is not necessarily like a bad thing. I'm not upset if someone uses an AI thumbnail or if someone uses a large language model in order to like script his videos. But there's like so much content when it's entirely AI and almost just no effort, especially in the short scene. And if people thought that YouTube is going to get rid of that, they're absolutely wrong. In fact, YouTube wants to double down on it, so much so that I firmly believe that content creators that won't play ball are going to be utterly suppressed by the algorithm. So, like, you're going to see your creators starting to use AI more and more, not because they want to, but because if they don't, their channels will die. And I'm basing this on a couple of things that YouTube is saying here. But one of the most interesting ones is the fact that they're going to start firing a lot of their staff. They call it a voluntary exit program. So basically what this is that if you're at the company, you're being told like, look, we're not firing you or anything. But if you leave, we're going to give you a severance package. And from my personal experience, if you happen to be in that situation, you should always take the severance package. I know there's a lot of people that may think, no, I've been working at the company for 15 years, or I'm indispensable. No, you're not. Like when the company starts pushing the voluntary exit packages, 9 out of 10 times you should take them. And the reason they do it is because if they start fighting people, there's like a lot of legal risk involved. There's the risk of unionizing. But if you start doing voluntary exit programs, then a lot of people just go away, and then the remaining ones have a much more difficult time to organize. It's the same thing that happened during COVID, if you guys remember, right? Like at first, the vaccine wasn't mandatory at all. People that got it, they were encouraged to get it, but there was no difference if you chose to get it or not. And it's only after the first vaccine rollouts that it was heavily implied that you need to get it if you want to keep your job. And so this is pretty much what companies do with the voluntary exit programs. And you need to wonder, like, why is YouTube doing this? Why are they giving their staff the voluntary exit programs? And it's because they're replacing them with AI. In other words, a lot of the content moderation you're going to see on the on the platform is going to be AI. And what this means is that in the beginning, most of the edgy content could still exist on the platform if you used various subtext. You didn't say COVID, you said koof. You didn't say faggot, you said bundle of sticks. Like, as long as you use certain keywords, you could kind of get away with it, right? But now you're going to see sanitization being driven up to 11, because if the AI does the moderation, it's not going to look for keywords, it actually understands the meaning. So every single video is going to be made into transcripts, and it's going to have a machine just go through everything that was typed there. And if they manage to see that the content creator is saying something politically incorrect or damaging to the brand, it's going to immediately flag that channel. And what you're going to see is the chilling effect. You're going to see content creators watering down the content even more. And so you're going to have less drama, you're going to have less community, you're going to have less things, because like people will be afraid to interact with each other, to create the edgy content that's actually desirable by the viewers. They're going to be corporate, and safe. And there's another feature that most of you probably don't know, but the AI, like every content creator has access to this, actually tells you what's trending now. So like if I go on my channel, I got this option to see what Google's AI thinks it's the type of topics you guys wanna explore. And it's built around what you guys subscribe to. So like if you're subscribed to Asmongold, if you're subscribed to Clownfish, whatever, the AI knows that, and it basically like tells me, hey, talk about these topics, because this is what the audience wants. And if I actually do that, the algorithm pushes the video a little bit more, right? And so I want you to imagine what happens when a lot of content creators actually start leaning into this, and it happens en masse. You're going to see more and more channels just talk about the same subjects, talk about the same things. And it's also really easy for YouTube to start manipulating the content creators. If basically the YouTube was to lie and to say, yeah, what content creators want you to talk right now is about how good Microsoft 11 is. Now, obviously, you know, people from my niche aren't going to do that, but there's like a lot of others that do computer reviews, that talk about technology, and they may actually think, yeah, you know, like this is a good topic, and they talk about it, and the algorithm actually does promote their thing. And so you can see how easy it would be for YouTube to just manipulate content creators using this type of technology. And it can manipulate them in order to say positive things about video games, about movies, about products, or negative things, depends, right? Politics as well. I mean, just so you know, YouTube is aware that it has left-wing people and right-wing people on the platform. And they're aware that if they were to make me, like force me to say positive things about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, it's not going to be the right audience, right? Like, you guys are not going to like that video, it's not going to work. And so, like, the people at the top are probably a lot smarter. What they're going to do is, okay, we got left-wing and right-wing people at different niches, right? What if we get, like, V, for instance? We can't get him to talk positive things about the AOC, because obviously it's not going to go well. But what if we get him to talk positively about Ted Cruz? Or what if we get him to say something negative about JD Vance, right? Like, all of a sudden, it's not as toxic. And all of a sudden, you can actually manipulate the bubble. And so this is what genuinely worries me when I see these type of AI-based algorithms that are being spread right now on X. Elon Musk basically said that retweet and likes just don't matter. What he's going to do is he's going to install Grok to read every single post and figure out what people want to see. And these types of algorithms are in a proto phase on YouTube as well. Like, as I mentioned, like, there's a place where I can go now and I can actually see, based on an algorithm, what allegedly you guys want me to talk about. And it even, like, gives me the title idea, and it gives me the bullet points. I think it even gives me a thumbnail. I actually should experience with AI-based thumbnails. Why not? You know, like, well, I'll see how you guys react to them. I think, like, if AI-based thumbnails are made pretty well, it can pass. You gotta put some effort and dedication into them, but I think it can work, right? Because at the end of the day, like, people aren't here for the thumbnail. They're here for the content, I like to believe. The thumbnail is just to catch someone's attention. So I'll try. I'll see if I can use thumbnails with it. I'll give a little, you know. But yeah, I notice a lot of content creators are just using ChatGPT now in order to make their entire scripts. And once you start noticing it, there's no going back. It's really annoying, you know. And the problem is that it's actually working. Like, statistically speaking, they get more views than I. They get more super chats, right? So, like, this is the way to success. Like, I can't reinvent the wheel. If this is what the market likes, this is what the market likes. The only thing is, like, I do it differently for the simple fact that, well, I like doing what I'm doing, and I'm not doing it entirely to grow the most successful channel. But as a consumer, you know, like, as a person that is like you guys and also watches other content creators, it is a little bit disappointing. It is a little bit nostalgic. And I'm curious, like, how do you guys feel about it? And if, most importantly, if you've noticed it. And if you don't like it, just know that we're going to get more of it, because apparently this is going to be YouTube's policy. So let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I will see you on my live stream. There's a link in the description to that. So yeah, do reply to me there, and take care.